I curled my hair just for you gals.
Woo woo! I feel special.
Oh.
All right. Ready?
You should. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nikki.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Jamie.
And this is America's Ass is a Galcast. Hi, ladies.
Ooh.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Oh, living life.
Right.
Trying
Living
to.
life. Yeah, living life. Welcome to America's Asses. We are an MCU-centric podcast by women for everybody. Right, ladies?
Absolutely.
You got it.
I went back. I resorted back to, in my notes, doing big, bold, red, very first thing on my notes, so I don't forget.
It kind of needs to be done.
Reminder.
But in my defense, when we did the Black Widow, we just recorded that all in one night. So
Yeah.
We did.
that's why I didn't say it through.
You
that
didn't do it
whole
for
series.
Yeah, it was
For,
a
like,
while.
Yeah.
You didn't do it for like a month.
Yeah.
Because then we
Well,
did that and then we were off for like a couple weeks. So
Yeah.
I get it.
What's going on with you guys? Anything new? We were just having spider talk.
Yeah. Jamie almost died from a spider. 2 spiders at work.
I was like plural. One was on my water bottle.
They were gross looking. I will give you that.
Yeah.
like, for the listeners, think it's either a brown recluse or a wolf spider, neither
Whoa.
of which are pleasant.
Not even looking it up.
I looked
No,
up
don't.
I looked up the wolf spider, and then it scared me so much. I'm like, I can pass on the brown recluse.
Yeah,
No.
I'll pass on
Nope.
it. Thanks.
I mean, the cliff notes of the brown recluse is it's slightly larger, slightly hairier, and actually poisonous. Or like if you don't get antibiotics, you could lose the area that
Really?
it bites. Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
Oh my
That's why
god.
it's so important to figure out what kind of infestation we have at my place of employment because
Ugh.
not okay.
Ugh. It made my.
Ugh.
Did you guys ever have pucker butt? When you just said that, my butt
Yes.
puckered. Pucker butt, like
Yes.
you clench your
Yes, the
sphincter.
heebie-jeebies.
And you're like, "Urgh."
Ooh.
you
Yeah.
clench your butthole. Ugh.
Stop.
Gross.
Mm.
Yuck. Alrighty. Well, Alyssa, what have you been up to, lady?
I don't
Living the
know.
dream, working downtown.
What's
Have you
downtown?
Working from home.
I mean, working from this beautiful space where I'm sitting right now that I sit here all day.
Did they
every
let
day.
you? Did they let you stay home now?
Yeah, I've been home for the last month.
Nice.
She was what in the office for like 2 weeks?
Yeah. I think it was maybe like 9 days I went in
Jesus.
between July and the beginning of August. But yeah.
Man.
So
Yeah. I'm supposed to go start hosting trivia in person.
Oh, really?
This week. Yeah, I think I'm not going to though. I'm just not comfortable. I mean,
it's okay. We could do it from home and not have to
yeah, I
put
can
on
still do it through
pants.
Zoom. Not put on pants. You know,
Well, I mean, wear sweatpants and,
right.
stretchy pants.
My
I
kids
don't
started
have to get dressed up.
right. My kids started school this week, which has been scary, but boy, let me tell you. Mr. Big is off work all this week, and we have gotten shit done.
That's a nice feeling.
Woohoo.
Though.
I cannot stress this enough when I tell you, we got so much done. It's amazing.
I love like being able to check off stuff on the list. I love checking things off a list. It's like the best feeling ever.
Yes. Oh, I did that today. I had a list a mile long, and I got everything got done in its allotted time. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was great.
Yay.
I made the most delicious blueberry muffins I've ever made in my life today. I had to make
Ooh,
a
that
second
sounds yummy.
batch. They were so good. I had to make because whenever I make cupcakes or muffins or anything, I always taste one, you got to taast your
Well, you
wares.
have to.
You have to. And these were by God, the best blueberry muffins I ever made. Oh my God. Oh, and let's see. I got a job today.
Yeah, that's like the biggest news ever. That's amazing.
I got a job today. I'm street legal. I'm officially a paraprofessional. That happened really quickly too. Took the test 2 weeks ago, got the results, filed the paperwork, got approved within hours, and then didn't say anything to anybody other than you guys, you know, and I called my mom, but like, I didn't like share that information that, you know, hey, you know how like when you're looking for a job, you put your feelers out and you're like, hey, well, think of me if you're thinking of hiring.
Right.
Wasn't even prepared for that because my kids, we got to figure out care for my kids, right? Before, after school care, before I can go get a job. So, we're at school and their principal's like, I heard that you're getting your paraprofessional license. Want to work for us? I'm like, what about my kid? I'm like, done. Yes. Done. Yes. I had a couple other offers that were pending my certification. And
but these don't even compare.
No, to work at my kid's school, I do not need childcare.
Right.
You
would take them with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about like your schedule, like your starting schedule conflicting with their school start time. Like this is just universe is aligned. Perfect.
It is.
Yeah.
You don't have to, worry about, I have to leave at this time to go pick them up so they're not waiting. And, or if they have to catch the bus or whatever. Yeah. That's
right. And
perfect.
if I have to leave because my kid's sick or something, they know it because they've seen my kid. They know they're sick.
Like you're not lying. You're not making it up.
Right.
Yeah.
And my biggest concern was, well, what about COVID? What if we contract COVID? Will that be held against me? And she's like, absolutely not. Come on.
Yeah, why would
it? I was just worried about that. That was another
you really
reason.
Can't be held against anybody at this point.
No, it can't. Right. I was just really worried about
no, I get it.
You know,
new
just
job.
Worried. New job. I don't want to.
Oh, of course.
So. All right, ladies.
Is there any Marvel news?
Marvel news. Guess what tomorrow is? Today's Thursday, September 2nd. What's tomorrow?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi opens tomorrow or at midnight tonight. Whatever.
Are you going tomorrow or Saturday?
No, I'm afraid of the Delta. So we're not going tomorrow because there's only 2 theaters left in our area and they're all going to be packed all day tomorrow. Yeah, so we're going to go. Mr. Big is off next Wednesday.
Oh, so it was next week.
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to go on Wednesday.
Perfect.
So by next recording, I can give you a quick opinion, but
I don't know when the fuck we're going to get to see it.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I'm able to go see it on Wednesday is because one, Mr. Big is off work on Wednesdays. The kids are in school. The first showing's at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday. Who the fuck's going to be in there? And if there is people there, we can sit far enough away from them,
Right. That's what brother one and I used to do. Mm-hmm. So when I first got into all the Marvel movies, from seeing OG Cap, every year, they would come out around my birthday, and my brother's birthday is like 10 days before mine. And so like for our birthdays, like the two of us would go out and watch, see our new movie for the year or whatever. And so that's what we would do. We would go at like Saturday morning at like 9 a.m. where before like the little kids are ready. Sometimes there were little kids, sometimes there weren't, but we go like the first showing on a Saturday morning and there'd be nobody there. It would be perfect.
Yeah. I am when I was swinging Bachelorette, like I would go to the movies by myself all the time, and I would love going like 9 a.m. On a Saturday morning or Thursday morning. I'm all about it. Go get myself some McDonald's because this gal does not buy theater food. Do not. I will smuggle in a bucket of chicken if I have to. Anyway, Shang-Chi opens on September 3rd, which will be after you guys. If you guys are listening to this, obviously it's already been released and it's gotten rave reviews. I hear people going into it are like, la, 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 and coming out and their minds are fucking blown. They're like, what the fuck did I just see? Yeah. They're like, well, I have a list of, for those who haven't yet seen it and want to go see it, I have a list of recommended, you know, movies you should watch prior to that. Okay. So, the first one is The Incredible Hulk. And I think because of Abomination, Abomination's supposed to be in Shang-Chi. And then Doctor Strange and Iron Man and Iron Man 3 are those are the Marvel movies. Now, I highly recommend, I added this one. I highly recommend you watch All Hail the King on Disney Plus. It's a series called Marvel One Shots, and it's a little 15-minute vignette about Trevor Slattery in jail, who said that he was, I keep saying Mandalorian. It is not Mandalorian. Wrong podcast. Wrong podcast. The Mandarin.
Wrong fan base.
Wrong fan base. Although there's a lot of people like me who are crossovers. I mean,
well,
you know.
No, I know, but I mean, wrong universe.
Right. Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
That's
wrong
what
universe.
I was trying to think.
Yeah. Wrong universe. So it's just about Trevor Slattery in jail, and it's chef's kiss. It is funny.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
It was so funny.
Chit chat about that.
Yeah. I need
to watch that
sometime.
Oh,
yeah, sometime next.
Yeah,
you got to. And then we're gonna do a little mini-sode, an asset mini-sode bonus episode sometime next week, and then we'll have that out because it is so funny. It was really good. It was really good. So, and that is your Marvel news.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, ladies, ready for this?
No.
It was a rough one. I'm telling you.
It was.
It stabbed me in the heart and twisted it.
Mm-hmm.
Over and over and over and over and over.
I will tell you this. This is the first episode since we started this podcast. First movie, first episode of anything I did not watch more than once. I only watched it one time.
I don't blame you.
And I was done.
I wouldn't, if I wasn't recapping it, I probably wouldn't have watched it again.
I didn't watch it again. I also didn't really have the time, but I don't know that I would watch this one again.
No. Right, exactly. Like I watched it yesterday and then I did my recap last night. So I watched it again and I was like, I really don't want to
you don't want to relive it.
I don't want to watch this again because I know what's going to happen.
Well,
so yeah, I just want to start off like with this episode. Like, obviously, it was very heavy and emotional for the three of us, especially. And so, like for the OG 6+, you may not know, Jamie lost her Goomba 4 years ago to cancer. I lost my mom 2.5 years ago to pneumonia, amongst other things, very suddenly. And Nikki lost her beloved Auntie Rosie in a very tragic car accident coming up to a year in November. So just like all of them, they meant the world to us. They were our hearts. And this episode just brought us all the feelings. And I can't even look at you people right now. I cannot look at you because you are both crying. And I need to turn my camera off so I can't see you.
I'm sorry.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah.
It's like,
but
I related to him so much.
Yes.
We all did.
We all
That's
do.
why it was. So I was the first one to watch this. And so, I'm working.
You warned
from
me
home.
right away because of the car accident.
I did.
Warned me right away.
I warned all of you because, so I had this on and I'll like watch it while I'm working. I'll have, my phone here and I'm still working and watching and listening. And I'm just like sitting there with my mouth open. And I'm just like, my hands like over my mouth, like, oh my God.
Like, holy shit.
Right. And I was like, I can't. I was like, just make it stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
And
it was
immediately texted Nikki because I know her and I are the first ones to watch it.
Yeah.
And I know Jamie, I'm always working in Nugget and dinner and life. She'll watch it later in the evening. So I just forewarned them. I said, you're going to need tissues.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
And ice cream while watching this.
Yeah, Mr. I had
raspberries.
Wait, yeah. I got myself 2 whole pints of raspberries and I downed them. I'm like, it was the best $16 I ever spent.
Right.
Oh, well, all of that being said though, I really feel like it was probably out of all of the TV we have watched in phase 4, I feel like this is the most perfect episode that the MCU had. I mean, it was gorgeous. It was well written. The voice acting was stupendous. The emotion that they caught in animation was amazing.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, it was such a very important show too. I think we're going to look back on this specific episode as one of the most important episodes in the MCU to propel phase 4 forward. That's
Absolutely.
how I feel. That all being said, I'll never watch it again. I can't. I'm too emotionally fragile.
Yep. I watched it twice and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not watching this a third time.
We're going to fly through this, not like my hour and 45-minute one last week.
I'm going to power through it.
Let's do it.
So this episode is called What If Doctor Strange Lost His Heart Instead of His Hands? We start off with the Watcher giving us his spiel about time and space and new realities. We're reminded of how we have gotten new stories, new heroes, and new universes, but we ponder, what if it was the wrong choice? What if the best of intentions has very strange consequences?
I love how the Watcher, the last few episodes, I have to go back. I didn't catch it in the first or second one, but like the third and fourth one, how his little speeches involve a little quirk, like keep an eye.
Prelude.
Yeah, like last week it was like keep an eye on, blah, blah, blah. And now this one is, very strange. Yeah.
Right. And you're like,
I got you there. I see what you did.
Yeah.
So Dr. Stephen Strange pulls up in his sports car and picks up his girlfriend, Dr. Christine Palmer, where they are on the way to an awards dinner. They both look dashing, and she says that he promised her creme brulee. Go ahead, Nikki.
So right there, like, I don't know what the Nexus event in this is, because right there, like, that never happened.
I think that was I was reading up. I think that was the Nexus event, because in Doctor
she agreed
Strange,
to go.
Right. Okay. In the movie, she was mad at him and said, no, I'm not going with you.
Right.
So I think that her actually being here was the Nexus event.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because in the actual movie, she was like, no, you had fun. They weren't about us. They were about you. Like, she was like mad at him.
Yeah.
Right. And then also what the awards dinner was for him. So he is being awarded for performing a successful hemispherectomy.
Very good.
Thank you. In the movie, it was just like like wasn't it like all the doctors or something? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't specifically like
Right.
for him.
Right.
It was just like a doctor's dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
I was practicing saying hemispherectomy in the mirror today because I'm like, I got it. If somebody can't say it because it is a hard word to say, I'm like hemispherectomy.
Oh, and then I looked it up. Like, okay, is that really a thing?
I looked it up too. It is a thing. It is.
Isn't it? It's like you like open up like half the brain.
You separate the two hemispheres of the brain. It's a very rare procedure that they do on children who have epilepsy. It's very rare, and it's for very, very severe cases of epilepsy.
But he performed it successfully, of course. So that's why he's being awarded.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So the couple talks on the way, and we see the familiar winding road that is on the side of a cliff.
Oh, God.
While driving, they get stuck behind a semi, and Strange tries to go around him, but can't, and ends up being stuck back behind him, where they then get rear-ended and spun around and thrown off the side of the cliff and land in water, which is a parallel to Doctor Strange's accident in the original movie.
Yeah, it was exactly the same. Exactly.
And however, in this one, Christine does not survive the crash. So the Watcher says, in this universe, Stephen Strange didn't lose his hands, but his heart. The loss still provides him with the motivation to find answers across the world in the mystic arts to become the Sorcerer Supreme by defeating Dormammu. However, 2 years to the day, he is still burdened with massive grief. So we cut to Strange in New York with Wong, and he uses the Eye of Agamotto to go back in time and change things so that Christine doesn't die. However, no matter what he does or how he tries to change things, they still end up getting into the accident. And I just could imagine what it would feel like to having to relive that moment over and over again.
How many times did you do it? Like 20, 30 times?
Something like that. Yeah.
Over in different ways. Different ways too. Like he's like, okay, well, it was like Groundhog Day, ladies.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
This was MCU's Groundhog Day, is what it was.
It was. And like I said, because God knows I would never want to feel that way again.
Nope.
But I would also want to try and do everything
to prevent
I could to make to make sure it never happened. Because of course you keep going over like, well, what if I did this? What if we realized this? Or what if somebody said something?
Yeah.
It would have changed. Everything would have changed.
Right.
So Strange tries to take alternate routes, but they all still end up tragically. They even try not going to the event, and then they go somewhere else and they get held up at gunpoint, or sometimes they make it to the event and she has a heart attack there.
Yeah.
And he goes even as far to not even show up, but Christine still ends up dying in an explosion.
Well, the newscaster who did that is the same as Christine Everhart, I want to say. Yeah, Christine Everhart. And she's in Iron Man and Iron Man 2. And she's just the WHIH? Is that the world news?
So.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that actress who plays her, and that's her voice, she voiced her. That's Leslie Bibb, who is on American Housewife. Do you ever see that show? It speaks volumes to me. Oh, it is. It's
funny.
It's a hilarious show, and it is my life. And so, especially up here, living up on the north side with all these crunchy granola moms. Anyway, so she's in that too, but she's also, I think, I want to say she is, oh shit, what is his name? Sam Rockwell's partner.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
mean,
know
because
that.
when Sam Rockwell won an Academy Award not too long ago, a couple of years ago, and he was like, I love you, baby. I love you. And they're like basically making out like from 50 feet away from each other. You know how that goes when people are like at award shows, they always think Jesus, their mama, and then their baby. Like, I love you, baby. I love you. And so that's how it was. But yeah, they are.
And wasn't he was in Iron Man, wasn't he?
Yes, he
Yeah,
was. And he's also in All Hail the King.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
So they're a power MCU couple. Well, up and coming, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So in the last scenario that we see, Christine drives instead, but unfortunately, it still comes to the same outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen is grieving on the side of the road. And it's just heartbreaking watching. And I mean, it's ridiculous because it's a cartoon, but it just has all the feelings and all the anguish. And as he's grieving, the Ancient One appears. She explains that Christine's death is an absolute point in time. It can't be undone, which is why we've seen her succumb with any event that happens on that night. An absolute point is something that is unchangeable, unmovable, and non-reversible. She says if he never lost her, he would never have started his journey.
Oh, I hate that fucking word.
I know, and I put it in there just for you. I mean, she does say that, but when she said it, now it's like every time I hear that, I'm like, I just roll my eyes.
Journey. My weight loss journey. When I started this weight loss journey, it's not a fucking journey, bitch.
With me.
You shut the fuck up.
I'll help
Journey. Say adventure then. Say adventure. Jesus. God.
Okay, he never would have started his adventure.
There you go.
Become the Sorcerer Supreme. By trying to change an absolute point would mean risking the universe. He believes with more power and research, he will be able to change the past, but is warned that the path will only lead to darkness and the end of this reality.
I got a question. So thinking about the absolute point in time, obviously this is setting up future projects, right? So what do you think, what events in the MCU are going to end up being an absolute point of time? Yeah.
Well, they were saying, I was reading that they were thinking that Peter Parker's identity being revealed could be an absolute point, which is why we see like the utter chaos of the multiverse that happens, that we saw in the No Way Home trailer.
Okay. All right. Well, let me tell you, that trailer makes a hell of a lot more sense after this episode.
Exactly,
right, ladies?
Right.
Holy fuck. Yeah, we'll get to it because I got notes under questions for I got no questions for clarity. But I do have changes. I have only a few, but we have theories. We have theories. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, okay. All righty. I just wanted to know because I think that's just a very important thing that us as MCU fans and Marvel fans, we need to remember the absolute point in time, you know?
Right.
For sure. After the two fight, the Ancient One ends up sending him into another dimension type palace place. I don't know what you call it, where he is introduced to Obeng, who is the librarian of the books for Cagliostro. In the Library of Lost Books, Strange says that he will stay there for as ever long that it takes to find his answer. He discovers the power required to break an absolute point in time is immense and nigh impossible to obtain. To gain the power through the absorption of other beings. So he starts off going to a portal, I guess, Go ahead.
Wait, what? How do you pronounce his name?
Obeng.
He is
In the
Cagliostro
comics.
in the
Mhm.
comics, yeah. And then he originally studied the Darkhold, which is the book that Wanda has in WandaVision
Yep.
at the end.
Mhm.
Just wanted to throw that in there real quick.
I read that too.
Yeah, I don't know that for sure. Like, I've never read the Doctor Strange comics, but then again, I'm just now starting the comics, and I like to do, me, I like to do the series. You want to do a whole episode on 1602? I got you, babe. I got you, boo.
We have to
got
read
you.
it first.
The three of us. I know I gotta drop that
Yeah.
off to you guys, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So he starts off going to a portal, I guess. I don't know really what to call it.
Portal. Yeah, I'd call it
yeah.
a portal.
Yeah, it's a big round orangish reddish circle like thing.
Well, yeah, I mean,
the
it's
jig.
just, it's what they all. Well, it looks like the portals that they've been using, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And he summons the largest creature's power that really resembles the octopus creature that was in the first episode that Captain Carter fought that came out of the Tesseract.
The Shumagarath.
Yeah.
Well,
that.
and I said it also looked like the being at the very last episode of Loki. With all the tentacles.
The what? Jog my memory a little bit more. The very last episode. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't remember what they called it.
yeah,
You know what? You're
yeah.
right.
Okay, yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
You know what?
Flipping through it in my head.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I didn't even put two and two together. Oh my God.
That was like literally the first. I was like, oh my God, that's like the thing that was in the last episode of Loki.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
You know
the
what?
first thing I thought of, I was like, that was in Captain Carter. Of course, the last episode that I recapped.
Well,
Yeah.
well, the
Same things
Shumagarath.
keep popping up.
It keeps yes. Well, the Shumagarath is a major villain in the Doctor Strange comics.
Okay.
So yeah.
So the octopus does not comply and captures Strange. Obeng says mystic beings do not bargain and their powers are not meant for man. And he also says there's a fine line between devotion and delusion. Love can break more than your heart. It can shatter your mind. And he wonders if she is worth all of this. Doctor Strange believes that he needs to start small when taking the power. So he starts absorbing like a mystic gnome. And then the second thing.
Mystic gnome? What? There was nothing mystic. He was an evil, like.
Well, yeah. He looked like
He
a
was
fucking
zest.
garden gnome. Okay. That's
He
why I
was-
was like,
wait.
what the hell?
Yes, he looks like a garden gnome, but
I
I
was
would
like, what the hell
not
is this?
describe. I would not describe him as quote mystic. I'd say zombie
Well,
motherfucking gnome. He
It
was like a
fucking
zombie. He was
creepy.
like,
All
he was
right.
like, he like lunged at him.
When I first came, I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, he was possessed.
The creepy ass gnome he absorbs. All right. And then the second thing that comes up is a bug. And just like me and Jamie, we were talking about before, spiders and bugs. Hell no. Even Doctor Strange is like, he'll do anything else, but he draws the line at bugs.
He took the cape from the bug.
Right. He did take the cape. He's like,
He
cool
kept
cape,
it.
but no bug. Nope.
Yeah.
Pass. And once he's gotten a taste of absorbing these mystical beings' powers, he wants more.
Let me tell you, it reminded me of, I don't know if you guys play Pokemon Go, but in this house,
No.
on Sundays, we go for long walks in our neighborhood and we play Pokemon Go. And it was like a battle. That's what it reminded me of. Him collecting all of his Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's what it
I could
reminded
see
me
it.
of. Mhm.
I could see it. He takes on birds, dragons, two-headed animals, and all sorts of other mythical creatures. Then the Watcher appears and says he could intervene, but the fate of his universe is not worth risking the safety of all others. Plus, he doubts he'll even listen. So it's like, I could try talking to him, but he ain't going to listen to me anyway, so I'm not even going to say anything.
We had to rewind that because because after that, Steven goes, what? Or he says something. And I'm like,
right.
Did he?
Like, he's like, who said that?
Did
Who's
he?
there?
I'm like, did he hear him?
I think so.
Mr. Big was like, I don't know. And we rewound it again.
Yeah, because later he says, oh, I sensed your presence.
Yeah.
So we see Doctor Strange do this for years and possibly centuries until he finally comes in contact again with the octopus creature. This time he absorbs it and he's finished with the process. When he's done, he finds out that Obang is an old man on his deathbed. While Strange was frozen for centuries in time, absorbing all of the creatures, Obang chose to live his life. Even in their life, death is a part of the plan. Steven says he can't accept that, but Obang says maybe the other Strange will.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun,
dun.
God damn it.
What did he say? That's
the perfect one for
right.
it.
I was like,
That is
watching
the
that, I was
perfect
like,
one.
wait, what did he say?
The dirty
And I think
bird
that
you
was-
are. Oh my God, you good, sweet baby angel Catholic girl. And then sending me those dirty TikToks. What did he say?
Hey,
I can't do it like you.
I'm trying to fix your algorithm, okay?
Thank
Yeah,
you for
see?
fixing my algorithm. Now I just got to get hot guys on my TikTok now. But I got
You're
my
getting
Marvel
there.
stuff back. So that's good.
Okay.
Less
All right.
vaccine stuff. Now it's all abortion shit, which I get it. I agree with all these people bitching and moaning about it, but I don't want it to
TikTok
be
is
heavy.
not for that.
No,
Right.
not for
You
me.
go
I
to-
want
you go to
Marvel-
TikTok to just,
Marvel and
Watch
Watch
muscles.
thirst traps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel and
Marvel
muscles. That's all I want it for.
And to see Chris Evans. Woo-hoo.
Oof.
Which is Marvel and muscles.
Uh-huh.
Nyah, 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 nyah.
Ooga, ooga. We find out from the Watcher that he wasn't alone. We cut back to this version of OG Strange in this timeline, walking out to see the world literally going up in flames and like disappearing. It kind of looks like he's in a lava lamp, like things
Yeah.
are just kind of like bubbling and disappearing around him. The Ancient One appears again and says that this must be the end of the world if you're appearing to me. The Ancient One explains that he is the one who is causing this. She used the dark dimension to split him into two timelines, and it's the other version of himself that is doing this. So there are two Doctor Stranges in one universe, two timelines. So now he has, wait for it, an evil twin!
Bum, bum,
An evil armpit twin.
Inside that lump was my twin. It had teeth
Evil twin.
and a spinal column.
Column.
So if this evil twin is able to reverse the absolute point, the resulting temporal paradox will destroy this universe. And the only one who could stop him is him.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh
like, that's
boy.
not heavy.
Right,
So-
exactly.
When she explains the timeline, the two possible timelines in the one universe,
Mhm.
question. Is
Yeah.
this setting up Spider-Man No Way Home? This sentence?
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think a lot
mean,
of this
and
episode is setting it up. For
I
sure.
think this not just Spider-Man, but I think the
the
rest
multiverse.
of phase 4 moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And actually, we all know, I'm just going to say it, that the Doctor Strange that winks at Peter is probably the evil twin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now it's making sense.
It's all making sense.
Because he wants to try and change the absolute point. So thinking that Peter being outed as Spider-Man is an absolute point. So this one is just fucking it up.
Yep. 100%.
OG Strange and Wong research, and what they use looks like ruins or spells to figure out how to stop the evil twin. Just then, OG Strange gets pulled into the portal and is met by evil twin Strange. Evil twin Jafar, because he really does look like Jafar.
He does look like Jafar.
Yeah, he does.
He fucking does. I was like
the
and I used to
sunken
be-
eyes.
If he had called him
Yes, and,
Street
like-
Rat, it would have been all over.
exactly. Like he had the even more like defined pointy chin and the beard and so evil twin Jafar argues with OG Strange and tries to get to his emotional side by saying they were the only ones who knew her, loved her. He says we can save her, and he takes OG Strange to the crash site.
Oh,
The two argue about how this is madness and it needs to stop, but the evil twin is determined. Strange tells him he needs to let go, but he's gone too far to stop now. They continue to fight, and evil twin tries to use an illusion of Christine to get OG Strange, but that doesn't work. The evil twin finally overpowers him and absorbs him.
all right, time out.
Yes.
So I read somewhere that Evil Strange is similar to a comic book character called the Necromancer, who is an evil version of Steven from Counter Earth. All right. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's just what I read. And then
I read it too.
Okay. All right. And then also while they're fighting, Steven used a magical lasso spell, which is the same one he used on Thanos in Infinity War.
And did you notice Doctor Strange, OG Strange, his shadow was the Watcher?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
I did not notice that. Ooh.
I totally noticed that. Yeah. I was like, ooh, I see him. Just
Yeah,
like he
well,
was
that
like
was-
in the clouds, like in the
Yeah,
last
I was just gonna
episode.
say that. Like he's like
Nice.
subtly coming up in different places.
But I don't remember him.
I don't either.
Like Nikki was saying, like in the first 2 episodes of him, like, sneakily.
I don't either.
being
You know
You're
what? I'm
wrong.
going to go back. I got nothing to do tomorrow. So kids are in school. I got 7 hours to burn. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewatch them and I'll look for that. And then I'm going to
Yeah,
listen
Unless-
closely to his opening monologue too.
yeah, because maybe it's just more subtle. Like
Right.
obviously in the last episode, like he was like big ass, huge ass cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
And this, was kind of obvious, but
Yeah. That's so
maybe
obvious.
Right, to some people.
To you guys, it was obvious. Not to me. I did not
Um,
notice it. I was too busy hyperventilating. So,
Well,
don't
exactly.
mind me. I'm just
Although-
wallowing
and I-
over here.
And I don't know if I noticed it the first time I watched it or the second. I definitely saw it the second time, but I don't remember if I had seen it
Mhm.
the first time or not. So,
Yeah.
Granted, you guys only watched it once, so
Yeah. Did you
I'll
notice
give you
that when the evil twin absorbed OG Strange, his magic turns from green to red, just like Wanda.
Yes, just like Wanda. Yeah.
Chaos
And you know what that
magic.
is? Chaos magic. Dun, dun.
Yep.
With his full powers, Evil Twin uses the eye of Agamotto to bring Christine back while the world is still burning and disappearing around them. When she wakes, she sees him as a weird monster Thanos type creature.
Yeah, he did resemble Thanos, right?
Like he did have, like it did kind of look like the stones.
Yeah, it kind of looked like that long face.
And he had like on his like forehead, like on his head, it kind of looked like he had like it kind of looked like the stones, like he had the different colors. So that's why I was like, I don't know what he is, but he kind of looked like Thanos.
I concur.
She completely freaks out, and then he looks like Evil Twin again, but she starts disappearing, and he tries to use his powers while everything is caving in. He tells the Watcher that he could fix this, but Evil Twin realizes that he was wrong, even though he was warned about this, and the world shouldn't have to pay for his arrogance. The Watcher says he would punish him if he could, but he can't interfere. Meddling with time and events only lead to more destruction. Evil Twin didn't think that Evil Twin didn't think this would happen. In the world gets sucked into a blank black hole.
Oh. Did you notice that when Christine was disappearing, it resembled Jamie, help me.
Vision.
It was Vision when he was disappearing in the very last episode of WandaVision.
There's some parallels to WandaVision and this episode.
Absolutely.
Well, and we've said that we thought that all along with the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But little did we know it's already starting with just, this episode of Doctor Strange. But we knew that they were going to parallel so much with WandaVision because of the dark magic and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Evil Twin Jafar and Christine wind up in a purple kaleidoscope.
Evil Jafar.
Where she continues to disappear. She asks him what he did before she completely disintegrates. Like, she's like, what did you do? And you could just completely see the anguish on his face.
Oh, man.
And he loses her for the last time.
Oh.
Like,
dude.
After all of this time and after all of this work, and it still didn't change anything.
Nope.
The Watcher says, one life, one choice, one moment can destroy the entire universe.
Oh. Sweet Jesus. Oh, good recap. Good recap.
Thank you. What is grief, if not love, persevering?
Oh, so beautiful. Oh, man.
All the feelings.
All the feelings. This was heavy.
Oh, yeah.
What did you want to say, Jamie? You wanted to add?
I just wanted to say, just like in WandaVision, Stephen goes through the 5 stages of grief.
Mm-hmm.
He goes through denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then acceptance.
Excellent recap, Alyssa. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, kudos.
Thank you. All right, ladies. Do we have
told you I'd power through.
Yeah, I mean,
and you did it.
I gotta take lessons from you, girl, because last week's episode, I'm like, don't worry, it's a fast one. An hour and 45 minutes later, and that's
what happened.
All right, questions for clarity. Ooh, do you have any questions for this one?
Why did they make us go through that?
Oh man.
Yeah.
It was they just pushed through, man. This was definitely a stepping stone episode. In the middle, there's always a very important episode that's going to propel everything forward. But I think this episode is even more important because it's propelling the entire phase 4 forward. I don't think it's just what if. I think it's like all of phase 4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do not have any questions for clarity this week. I do have 2 changes, but I think we went over them. Do you guys have any questions for clarity? Yes, no, other than No. Okay. I didn't either. All right.
Why it made me cry.
Well, we know why it made us cry because we're, our wounds.
It hits home. Yeah.
It absolutely hits home.
I'm telling you that the car crashes over and over and over again.
Well, for you,
right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then for me,
just
Jamie, it's
the dying. The
right, and
actual part
trying
of
to change it, and
every
little thing. If you noticed before,
right,
if you could have done anything sooner,
absolutely
would have. And then it's like, well, why didn't I see that?
Yeah, it was definitely it was a heavy episode. It was beautiful though. Yeah, I have to say, it's probably the best episode of everything they've released so far. Personally, I feel that it was. Like I said earlier, it was beautifully written. It was beautifully executed, both in the acting and the art. It was just, it was a perfect
I say that's
episode.
Right up there with the last episode of WandaVision.
Oh, yeah.
Like that
last episode was fantastic too.
Waterworks issue. Waterworks episode 2.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
That gave us all the feelings as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Changes. We've got so the major there's a lot of different things, but the first thing was that we already talked about this, that Christine refused Steven's offer in the movie. So that was one change that I caught. And then another one was Steven finds the lost library, where he previously just heard of it before. And this one, he actually finds it. And then there's a lot of other ones, but it's just more like it's its own little thing. Like it's its own story at that point.
But the crash still happens the same way. Yes. The ancient one still dies. He still, grieves and, searches for his powers.
The apple time lapse
the apple
happens. Yeah. But the major changes, obviously there's an evil twin now, you know
know
what else? This has to be said too. Kudos to Marvel for finally giving us some character work on Doctor Strange, because he only had one character trait, and that was being a pompous dick, now I mean, seriously. I mean, and
that could have been his next event, not being a pompous dick.
Right? That could
Christine had changed him so he wasn't completely
a pompous dick.
A complete asshole.
Yeah. So I mean,
and then look what happens. She fucking dies.
Yeah. God. It was heavy but beautiful. All right. Any theories, ladies?
When they're in the Sanctum Sanctorum in the beginning and he's talking to Wong on the, when he's wallowing in the grief on the 2-year anniversary, Wong says, well, I'm going to put on the kettle before you do anything stupid or drastic or whatever.
Yeah.
And I read somewhere that that aligns with what he's going to do in No Way Home, where he does something reckless. He says, I'm going to get the kettle on before you do something reckless. And meaning reckless, cast a spell and erase everybody from knowing who Spider-Man is. And, right. And totally creating this new void.
So you think that specific scene will be continued in the movie?
Yeah.
Or at least be a parallel?
Yeah.
Maybe?
All right.
It'll definitely correspond with what he does, because doesn't he say something like that in the preview?
Yeah.
Don't do this.
And as he's walking through the portal with a coat and luggage.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So the kettle scene has something to do.
Some parallel, or
I'll just probably have something to do with No Way Home. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
have, which we already talked about, which is the given our new information about the absolute points in time, maybe Peter Parker's identity being revealed could be an absolute point.
An
You know,
absolute point.
yeah. So that was Jamie's. Actually, that was Jamie's theory. I agree with that. I'm gonna go on your shirt tail there. Yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote here.
Yep.
Yeah. So what do you got for us, Liz?
Find us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and Anchor. And we are also on Facebook and Instagram.
And if you'd like to give us an email, you can email us at americasassesgalcast@gmail.com. And there's another thing we'd like you to do. You can like us,
Love us,
Follow us,
rate us,
review us.
and subscribe to us.
and one more thing. I love you.
Love you.
I love you.
3,000!
Yeah, look at the video.
Oh, let me see.
Our video.
Okay. What? Oh,
He's cute.
See, as we're talking about, I have my little
your
ceramic
ladybug ceramic. Did you make that?
I did, and she's praying.
She's
And I made-
You're a
a
sweet baby angel, Alyssa.
Why you're a sweet baby angel.
When I made when I was 14.
No, really?
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
beautiful.
I made
That's
this in
beautiful.
04. Yeah.
That
When I
is-
had a unibrow.
Wait, I got one for you. Hold on. I got one. I got Louis. Let me show you Louis.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Oh boy, is right. Okay, so I'm like
My
halfway
dog
through.
Louis.
boy. That's awesome.
Oh, he's a doorstop.
Shut up. He looks fucking real.
He does, right? He's a doorstop.
I honestly
Wait,
thought
I
it was fucking taxidermy.
I was
No,
like,
no.
did you just? Is that like a? I was like,
He's
is
a
that
doorstop.
a stuffed dog? Oh my
So
god,
he
that's
looks like
so
he's
cute.
peeing on the door.
That's
I
so
love it.
cute.
I know for like a quick split fucking second, I was like, this bitch is bringing out a fucking taxidermy dog.
She's not a millennial. You guys are millennials. I'm an Xer.
Yeah,
What is she?
Barely.
Yeah. There's Gen. I don't know if they're Gen Z or if she's. Yeah, no, she'd be Gen Z if she's in
She'd be
college.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Then what are like Nugget and
You know what?
the Twinkies?
Talking- I don't know what they
fucking
are yet.
The generation that's going to
Talk
save
about
us.
Oh,
Let's fucking hope so.
I
Right?
hope. Talk about Gen Zs.
Yeah.
I picked up dinner and I got quesadillas from Bourbon Street.
Ooh, that's so
Nice.
good. Yes.
And the waitress, or when she brings it out, she's like, quesadillas. I was like,
No.
oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Yes, I swear to God. I was like, what did she say?
What did you say?
What did you say?
I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you guys. Good job.
I'm proud of us too.
Good job. I mean,
Because
it was
it all hit home for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely for all. I mean, it wasn't just
Yeah.
one of us. It was
no.
all
I mean,
three of us.
even said when he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Nope." He's like, "Will they be okay?" I'm like, "Probably not."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You will not be okay." The
Will it get
three of
better?
us, seriously.
Doubtful.
Yeah.
Doubtful.
Yeah. So I love you both so very much.
We
So,
love you too.
Ditto, we love you too.
All right, honey. All right. I'll probably have this done by end of day tomorrow.
Beans.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been America's Asses.